The upstairs neighbor who once played polka at 2 a.m. every Saturday hadn't made a sound in 11 days, and that's when I started hearing my own breath echo in the walls.
I know that sounds like paradise for a noise-sensitive freelance writer, but when you're used to someone's life bleeding through your ceiling, midnight fridge raids, yappy terrier barks, silence that complete feels like reality's holding its breath, like it's waiting for something to break. Let me back up. I'm Dave, 41, write copy for home improvement blogs, 10 ways to soundproof your apartment, ironic, right? My place is a 70s brick box near Queen West, thin floors, thinner patience from our super, Mr. Liao, stop complaining about old ladies. January 25 has been a monster winter, snow up to my shins, the kind that mutes the streets so even the 501 streetcar sounds like a whisper. Perfect for writing, until Mrs. Petrova went quiet. At first, I ignored it. Thursday? No polka, great. Friday? No terrier barking at the mailman, better. Saturday? I realized I didn't hear her floorboards creak in 3 days. Toronto winters are brutal. Her heater should have hummed 24/7. But nothing. Not a single sound. By day 7, I was antsy. I stood on my couch pressing my ear to the ceiling, nothing. Knocked on her door twice, no answer. The peephole showed her entryway light on, yellow bulb, frozen in time since 80. Mr. Liao shrugged. She's a recluse. Maybe visited her daughter in Hamilton. Don't worry. But I worried. Because my own voice was disappearing. On day 9, I called my sister Marie. Are you in a closet? She asked. I was yelling in my living room. No, I said. She laughed, until I dropped a spoon on my kitchen floor and didn't hear it.
Froze! Picked up the spoon, dropped it again. Nothing! No clink! No echo! My heart thudded so hard I felt it in my throat. I yelped, my voice came out as a rasp, like cotton stuffed in my mouth. I ran to the door, threw it open, heard Mr. Liao's radio down the hall, blaring Chinese pop. So it wasn't my ears. It was my apartment.
That night, I left the TV on low, Friends reruns, something familiar. But the sound was muffled, like it was being sucked up by the walls. I lay awake listening to the silence. It wasn't quiet, it was hungry, like it wanted more. Day 11, I'd had enough. Grabbed my coat, marched upstairs, banged on her door. Mrs. Petrova. No answer. Tried the doorknob, it turned. Unlocked.
The apartment was warm. Too warm. Yellow light pooled on the carpet. Mrs. Petrova sat on her couch staring at the wall. She didn't turn around. Mrs. Petrova? I whispered. Stepped closer. Her eyes were open, but glassy. Unmoving. Not breathing. Stumbled back. Knocked over a vase. No sound. The silence in her apartment was absolute. Thick enough to taste. I ran downstairs, called 911, my hands shaking. She's dead. I yelled. And the silence, the operator cut me off. Asked for my address.
Police came, found Mrs. Petrova, dead a week. Faulty heater, carbon monoxide. Police told me it causes hallucinations. You're lucky you didn't get sick too. Moved out a week later. My new place is near Dufferin Grove, a studio where you can hear your neighbor's baby crying at 3 a.m. The heater hums loud. I love it, but I still hear the silence sometimes. When I'm alone late writing, when coffee shops are empty, it's a faint whisper, but it's there. I leave music on now, or podcasts, anything to fill the gap. Marie says I'm paranoid. Maybe I am, but I know what I didn't hear. The worst part? I miss the noise. The polka, the terrier, the creaky floors. Noise means life. Silence means, well, you don't want to know. Last week, I passed our old building. Snow melted, sidewalk glistened. Looked up at her window. Light was off. For the first time in months. Kept walking. But I didn't breathe easy until I heard a bus pass by. Loud, grating, perfectly alive. Some people say quiet is golden. They never lived through the silence that takes.